Sam Cooke was a talented singer and songwriter. In the 1960s, he became the most loved pop, R&B, and rock and roll singer. During his 8-year career as a professional solo artist, Cooke released 29 singles that charted in the Billboard Top 20. Before Cooke's death, he was not just a successful entertainer and businessman, he was a symbol of a new black American, proud and independent. His death was always a mystery. Was his death murder or self-defense? Sam Cooke was born in Clarksdale, Mississippi on January 22, 1931. He was the fifth of 8 children. His dad, Reverend Charles Cooke, was a Baptist minister, and his mother was Annie Mae Cooke. In 1933, the Cooke family moved to the south side of Chicago in a tight-knit neighborhood where the teenagers formed neighborhood gangs. Cooke began singing in the church with his siblings in a group called the Singing Children when he was just 6 years old. Cooke continued to perform as a teenager, and after graduating high school in 1948, he was asked to join the Soul Stirrers, and that was his opportunity to master his craft, and that he did. After performing 6 years with the Soul Stirrers, Cooke branched into the secular music. Cooke reached the top of the charts in 1957 with You Send Me, his first #1 hit. A string of pop and R&B hits soon followed. They say Cooke also had business smarts. He formed his own publishing company for his music in 1959 and negotiated a spectacular contract with RCA in 1960. He got a substantial advance and would also get ownership of his master recordings. This was remarkable for any recording artist at the time. He continued to progress behind the scenes, funding his own record label in the early 1960s. Sam had 3 children, and in the summer of 1963, his 18-month-old son drowned in the family swimming pool, and after that, Sam was tragically upset and very depressed. Shortly after his son's death, he continued to work. With all of Sam's success, he did not like the way he was being treated in the industry. The industry was trying to find a way to sign away on his music.
Sam indicated that he was not happy with the manner in which he was being treated. It's not unusual for artists to be unhappy, but he was visibly unhappy. And he just said he thought he was being treated like a nigger.
Sam was at the top of his career, and on December 11, 1964, he was at a bar where he met Elisa Boyer. Cooke went to a motel in Los Angeles with her, and while he was in the bathroom, she robbed him of his money and his clothes while he was in the shower. Sam believed the manager, Bertha Franklin, had something to do with it, so he put on his jacket and forced himself into her office half naked and enraged. She then pulled a gun on Sam and allegedly told him to back off. They struggled and she shot Sam 3 times in the chest. Bertha claimed self-defense, allegedly fearing for her life. Cooke was not known to be a violent person.
How far was Mr. Cooke away from you when you started shooting?
He wasn't too far. He was at close range.
And how many times did you fire this pistol?
3 times.
And do you know whether you struck, or did you know you struck Mr. Cooke?
Yes, 'cause he said later you shot me.
Elisa Boyer claimed once they were in a room together, he molested her, stripping her down and forcing her onto the bed. She claimed Cooke allowed her to use the bathroom and she tried to escape, but the window was shut. She then claimed when Cooke went to the bathroom, she ran, taking her clothes and his clothes also. She said she ran to the manager's office but got no help, so she ran outside, fearing for her life, and called the police from the outdoor phone booth. A week after Cooke's death, in a police investigation, courts concluded that his death was a justifiable homicide. Cooke's family never accepted that conclusion, nor the alleged circumstances around his death. Cooke's family and friends do not believe Boyer's and Franklin's claims. They believe there was a conspiracy to murder the now legendary singer.
What happened at the motel?
He latched the night latch on and he said, well, we're just going to talk. I didn't have nothing to say except that I wanted to go home, so we didn't have anything to talk about.
They were in the room and he was in the bathroom and she grabbed his pants with all this money in it. He had a lot of money on him. He always carried a couple $1,000 back then. And ran off.
She claimed he was going to rape her. First of all, he didn't have to rape anybody. Second of all, he was in the bathroom. She was on the bed and ran off with his clothes. Now, what did he do? Hey, I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to come back and rape you. It doesn't work that way.
He had pinned me down on the bed and he pulled me up and he pulled my sweater off and he ripped my dress off.
Sam didn't have his pants on, put his jacket on, and went out and started banging on the manager's door because he thought that the manager and the girl were in cahoots to steal his money, I guess.
Some believe that Cooke's manager, Alan Klein, had something to do with Cooke's death. Klein owned Tracy Ltd. And owned all rights to Cooke's recordings.
Because he had so much power with his rights, and they couldn't get it out of him, and he was making money, and he was making the headway, and he was making it without them. And I thought that's where my thinking comes in, is that it was once again about money, and the record company went after him. That's my belief. And I believe that this woman at the hotel or motel who had murdered people before there always had gotten off, and this prostitute, I think that they got paid off and were in cahoots with somebody.
Both Boyer and Franklin later passed the lie detector test, and the jury accepted their testimonies. The case was closed, and to this day, Cooke's death still remains a mystery. Rest in peace, Sam Cooke, January 22nd, 1931, until December 11th, 1964. And if you made it to the end of this video and enjoyed the video, I ask you to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you will be notified when I upload another video. And I also ask you to comment down below and tell me what you think of this video. Thanks for watching.